Okay, so let's have a look at the lab. So the key focus is going to be on understanding the lack of protection that .NET and Java have with reverse engineering, and then we'll look at an example of how we can obfuscate our code to make sure that it can't be cracked or is more difficult. So the first thing we'll do is to write a very simple .NET program. So we'll just copy it from here. So what we'll do is that we'll open up the Visual Studio console to make sure that we can get access to the C# compiler. So we can just use the command line. Okay, so we'll just select Visual Studio Tools, and then if we open up one of the console windows, such as this one, then it should be set up with a path to all the tools that we require. Okay, so let's just make a directory here called quote. We'll just do everything in here. So let's say we just use Notepad, and we'll just create our simple program. We'll just paste the code in. Let's make it look a bit nicer. Okay, so we'll just save that. So now what we're going to do is use the C compiler, the C# compiler, and we'll just compile our program just in the same way as Visual Studio would do it. Just takes a little minute to do that. So obviously I run a little bit slower because we're recording the movie. We should get there eventually. And there we go. Okay, so we have our code, and we run, and everything's fine. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll download our the decompiler, which is exemplar in this case, and then we'll just extract that when it appears. Here we are. And let's just extract that all into the folder that we've set up to save time. Okay, so there's our program exemplar. What we'll then do is that we'll use exemplar to interrogate the exe, and we can see there that it's able to pick off and reverse engineer the code. So there should be virtually no differences between the original code and this one. Okay, so we can see how poor the obfuscation is with inside .NET. Now what we'll do is that we're going to obfuscate our assembly. Hopefully we'll be able to change the names and scramble it a little bit. Okay, so there we go. Just open that up. And we'll do the same again. We'll just extract that into the folder that we've created. And there are various options that are set up within it that will select various things like renaming, class, classes, data types and variable names. So we'll just bring up our console again, and there we are. So let's take that, there we go. So it'll take a little minute. So what should happen here is that it will obfuscate the exe. What we've got to do is to find the version of the .NET framework that's actually using. We could put it in the command line, but we'll just find it from here. And so let's pick version 2. Hopefully that will work okay. And there we go. So we can see there that it's obfuscated one namespace, it's obfuscated one of the methods, and it's encrypted two strings within inside the assembly. So it puts it in obfuscated. So there we go, and we just see that they are different. Okay, so you can see the different sizes. So assembly is actually increased in size. So what we'll do is we'll just copy that up there. Now what we'll do is we'll use exemplar again, and then we'll try it. And we can see here that it crashes exemplar, which is a good thing to happen for us. So the obfuscator has obviously managed to crash the decompiler. You can see here it's managed to change the name of the namespace, the name of the classes to non-printing characters, and it's renamed, we can't see, but it would have encrypted the strings too. Okay, so that's shown how we can obfuscate our assemblies. Okay, so it's certainly changed it. Is it still possible to reverse engineer the code? And the answer to that is no. So there are lots of other packages that we can use to obfuscate .NET assemblies, and we should be able to find the option where we can change variables to non-printing characters. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at that as part of the help, and we should be able to find that one of the options should obfuscate into a non-printing. So we can see 9 does the encrypted, and a 4 allows us to get non-printing or non-displayable characters. Okay, so when we look at our obfuscation, this 4 here allows us to create the non-printing characters. So we've got the little smiley faces for the names in the class name. Okay, so now what we'll do is we'll take an example for Java just to show this, and we'll go back here, and let's just make a new directory called Java, and hopefully if everything's set up okay, we'll run the Java compiler. This should create the bytecode for us. Again, the bytecode is almost like an intermediate format where it still has a lot of the information in it. So if we now download JAD, install, and we put it in code Java. Go back to our command line. There we go, it's in there. So what we're going to try and do now is to take the class file, and it's now renamed it, so we now end up with sample.jad, and we can see there it's the same. As much as possible, it's the same program. Okay, so we can see that the need for obfuscation with inside our assemblies. And that was the first part of this practical.